Samsung Galaxy XR just got a major update a couple days ago, and it's kinda changed the entire Samsung versus Apple spatial computing conversation. Because now, Galaxy XR can connect to any PC wirelessly as a virtual display. Travel mode works on airplanes, and you can turn 2D media into 3D spatial with AI. And Samsung now has a photorealistic avatar too, very similar to Apple Persona. We will break all of those down in this video. Now, both Galaxy XR and the M5 Vision Pro I'm wearing right now has been out for almost 2 months now. The launch hype is gone, the honeymoon phase is over, and the Android influencer and the Apple fan has mostly stopped biting each other's heads off. At this point, if you kept the devices, this is the headset you are actually going to live with. I'm an everyday Vision Pro user, an XR creator and developer, and I built the Spatial Film Vision OS app. And over the past 2 years, I have talked to hundreds of thousands of immersive viewers across Meta, Google, and Apple ecosystem. So I'm not reviewing these headsets like a spec sheet. I am reviewing them from a perspective that someone who actually ships immersive content, focusing on what matters long term: media creation and media consumption. And I'm not asking you to take my word for it neither. I'm giving you immersive warranty test clip shot on a $30,000 URSA Cine Immersive camera so you can judge real image quality and maximum device resolution yourself. If you care about technical, evidence-based reviews and you want to decide for yourself instead of following the hype, this video is for you. Let's dive right in. Before we start, I want to be completely transparent with you. This video is not sponsored. I bought both Galaxy XR and the M5 Apple Vision Pro myself. And after using both, I personally prefer the M5 Vision Pro, not because it's objectively better, but because I'm deeply inside the whole Apple ecosystem. I use an iPhone, AirPod, MacBook Pro, and M3 Ultra Mac Studio. So Vision Pro naturally plugs into how I already work. It feels like an extension of my setup, not a replacement. But here is the important part. If you are on a Samsung or Google phone, if you use a Windows PC for work or gaming, Galaxy XR actually makes way more sense for you. In fact, to test Samsung's new lightness feature properly, I literally have to run over to Best Buy and buy a Google Pixel phone just for this video, which means I have now spent an unreasonable amount of money on this completely unsponsored, unbiased comparison. So if you appreciate that level of effort and you want more honest technical XR content like this, consider subscribing. It really does help support this channel. Alright, now that we have cleared that up, let's get into the real comparison. Specs that actually matter. Now let's quickly talk about the specs, but only the ones that actually matter in real use. The M5 Vision Pro right here runs on the Apple's new M5 chip, paired with the R1. On paper, M5 is a desktop class chip. It's the most powerful silicon Apple has ever put into a device. This thing is absolutely built for the future. The problem is that future isn't really here yet. Right now, there are almost no productivity app or game that can truly take advantage of that power. After using the M5 Vision Pro side by side with my old M2 Vision Pro right here for over a month, here's an honest takeaway. The app launch is a little bit faster, the UI feels slightly smoother, and that's basically it, unless you like to live in a complete mess inside XR with spatial widget and hundreds of apps open all over your space. Everything else just looks almost identical between these two headsets, and realistically, 99% of the casual user will not notice a difference. This is not me saying M5 is bad, it's actually the opposite. M2 is already so good on the current Vision OS that the upgrade just doesn't feel dramatic at all. Now, on the Samsung side, the Galaxy XR runs on a Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2 that is now an old mobile XR chip, with the rumored XR3 is right around the corner. So in terms of processing power, tracking accuracy, and responsiveness are not on the same level as Vision Pro, especially the M5 Vision Pro. Object pinning slide a little bit more, hand and eye tracking are less precise. Some of the issues early reviewers report, yep, those are all real. That said, you must update to the latest Android XR firmware before judging it. The recent update brings significant improvements. Tracking is better, stability is better, the experience is noticeably more stable than at launch. The problems are still there, especially if you are using virtual desktop for PC VR game, but seeing this level of improvement in just a month is honestly impressive. Now, here's where things get interesting. Outside of raw processing power, Galaxy XR actually wins on specs. It has a larger display, more pixels, about 29 million versus 23 million on the M5 Vision Pro. It has a larger field of view, which I can clearly see when I'm watching immersive 180 or 360 video. It's lighter and it supports Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.4. Wi-Fi 7 is potentially a big deal because in theories, and I want to stress this just in theory, Galaxy XR could use Wi-Fi 7's bandwidth and multi-link operation to stream 8K content wirelessly from your PC GPU. That could effectively offset the weak XR2 chip. In other words, a true wireless PC VR headset. And based on Google's new PC Connect release, I'm pretty confident that this is where things is heading. Now, refresh rate, M5 Vision Pro support 120Hz and Galaxy XR is 90Hz. In practice, you almost never feel that 120Hz advantage. Most high-end immersive 1D content top at about 90 frames per second anyway, and the game that actually run at 120Hz are on PC VR, not on Vision Pro. Even when we compare the PC Connect versus Apple Virtual Display later in this video, that 120Hz advantage still doesn't really show up. So for most real-world use case, you are not benefiting from 120Hz. Galaxy XR right here is an open device. I can plug in a USB cable, mount it like a storage, and immediately start transferring media, movies, immersive clips, and even APKs right into it. If you have a large local media library, especially things like a full resolution 3D movie, this is incredibly convenient. On Vision Pro, there is no direct cable-based data transfer. Galaxy XR also has a wireless transfer feature that works very much like AirDrop. I can send media like spatial video capture on my Galaxy XR directly from my headset to my Mac quickly and easily. That's something that I cannot say about moving files from Vision Pro to a PC. This openness makes Galaxy XR feel much more like a normal computer accessory, especially if you are coming from an Android, Windows, or PC VR workflow. Vision Pro is more controlled. Galaxy XR is more flexible. And depending on how you work, that differences can matter a lot for everyday user. Now, let's talk about weight, because this part is actually very important. The Galaxy XR is lighter, but lighter does not automatically mean more comfortable. All of the Galaxy XR weight pressed directly onto my forehead right here. There's no top strap, and there's no facial support right here to distribute the weight, and there's no counterweight in the back. So for me, I can feel that pressure right after 15 minutes, and for 30 minutes later, I need to absolutely take this thing off. By comparing the M5 Vision Pro with the dual neckband, it's heavier but dramatically more comfortable. I'll be really direct to you. The dual neckband right here is an engineering masterpiece for long section editing in DaVinci Resolve or watching a 2-hour 3D movie. Vision Pro is far more comfortable. So don't let the weight number or internet comments fool you. Vision Pro is more comfortable, and if you are on a M2 Vision Pro right here, the dual neckband is the best comfort upgrade you can buy. Now, with all that said, there are two Galaxy XR features that might completely change how you feel about these headsets: the PC Connect and the VR 180 immersive video playback. Now, let's talk about those. PC Connect. One of the biggest reasons for most people, including me, is to use the Galaxy XR as a super large PC display. This is really the first step of spatial computing, being able to see your computer spatially. It's also the most natural way to use Gemini AI. You look, you gesture, rather than typing. Luckily, this feature is finally here. And even though it's still in beta, it's actually really good. Let me show you. Step 1. Download the free PC Connect app on your PC and on your Android XR headset. After that, simply scan the barcode with your Android XR and you are connected. Very straightforward. As you can see here, I'm not using the Samsung laptop. I'm using my Gigabit Aurora 17X. Now, let me show you my first reaction on using the PC Connect. And one good thing about using a PC Connect compared to the Mac right here and the Vision Pro right here, the M5 Vision Pro, is instead of just turn the screen off, we actually still have the screen access. So if for some reason we need to like do something with here, or we can see from here, we can using this as a reference screen. And I actually love that feature. I can just dim this down, then really look at this screen instead and work. But I love to still have my screen widely available here instead of anything disconnect. I can still quickly see what is going on from this screen right here. So I think it is a better in usability. So let's just go check out my YouTube channel right here. As you see, I can use my hand and my eye to really like control the PC right there. So now I have two mouse instead of one, which is my two fingers. But I also can use my mouse right here. This is my mouse. Let's go ahead and play Gemini AI. This is a great video. Again, this is an 8K video. So I'll just go all the way in 8K in here. Look at the clarity of the video. You can see from moving right here too. Also, you compare like there's some like warping in the Passthrough on the Android XR. They still need to fix that. Vision Pro doesn't have that. Look at the text. And I have full interactivity. I can drag and move it like that too. Look at that. This is pretty impressive, right? But as you see, the quality is insane. If you have 8K video, look at that. Make it big.
Not the cook. Not me.
Look at that. That quality is insane. When I got 8K quality, I can look around with my hand. It's a fully immersive video. Obviously, it's not 3D in here. It's just mirroring the screen from my laptop. But the quality is insane. This is the best. It's another good way to really watch this video. We still see the YouTube interface right here.
The most beautiful.
Let's go check the lighter scene. So you see like how good this is. Look at the quality. This is an 8K. It's an 8K video. Look at that. It's an 8K video of streaming. Just need to catch up a little bit. But it's 8K. It's streaming in 8K. I need to catch up hardcore because it's 8K video. My Wi-Fi 7. I have fiber optic like 5K up and 5K down, but still 5K up and 5K down with a Spectrum network. I still like having a tough time watching 8K video. So really 8K is like it's future proofing on YouTube, but right now it really depends on your bitrate. The picture up here, like you don't see this quality unless you have a really good video source in 8K resolution, and also with the PC Connect with the Android XR. So I think that is very impressive. Look at the hand. The hand is, whoa, it's really good. I think it's actually better, more comparable with the M5 Vision Pro. A little bit ghosting when I'm moving like that, but you see your full hand inside the virtual screen. Again, also you see the control right here, the pointer finger that's very impressive. So Android XR don't like not like Apple Vision Pro. It doesn't dictate how you control the screen. It allows you to use a controller, which I don't have, using your finger, hand tracking, and here or using your mouse. And the mouse can extend. Look at that, it can go beyond the screen. My mouse right now is in the real work. It's actually see my reflection right here. It is my giant PC. That means I can literally bring up another app. Let's just bring up YouTube right here. Let's go to my channel. This is to check out immersive. What's new in immersive. Boom, right here. Funny thing, that's my video. That's my video. It's my name. So right here, right? I can move my mouse. Not my mouse extendable, right? My mouse can extend into the YouTube VR app, and then I can go on here and I can type search my name and. See, boom. Now you have the entire screen surrounding you. You can pin stuff, you can move stuff, you can open more app. Yeah, it's like now we have a lot of window up. Like if I don't want any distraction, I don't want to see Kimchi's butt right there. I can actually turn on environment. So what we're gonna do is just turn on virtual environment. Boom. Now, I mean virtual environment, right? And then, one thing, a virtual environment will become virtual hand. But why not? I cannot see my keyboard, right? And Vision Pro, there's one thing that you look at the keyboard, it show up. And so how to do that? But actually, you can also do that in here. It's actually, I think it's better. Is under setting right here. The PC Connect will just minimize. We will use advanced feature right here, and then we'll use the left feature right here, and then it's Passthrough window. We'll open that. Turn it on. Boom. And then I'll look at my keyboard right here and I'll confirm that. Now, I still have my full environment. You don't believe me? I'll just close it. See, you can still see the immersive environment right here, my floating window everywhere. But now I can see my hand, my keyboard. So I think this is a better integration because it cut out a space in your immersive environment so you can see your real hand. See your real hand, and let me bring back the PC Connect. See that? Like I can still see my hand, I can still see my environment, but I can see my laptop. I can work right here. I can bring up Google Map. I can bring up YouTube. So now we have the Mac virtual display. As you see, when I turn it on, the screen turned black, which is kind of disadvantage. Replace the screen. But in here, Mac, we have like 3 mode. The standard mode, it's more like what Android XR does. And then we have the wide mode, which is a wide screen, which is kind of cool. And then we have the ultra wide. Boom. Ultra wide screen. Take a second to think. And then you can even extend it closer. Like super wide. So now let's go watch some 8K video on WebXR. Let's watch Henry the 8th. Alright, so now I mute it. As you see, I can... Oh, look at that! I cannot interact with it. Okay, so that is not good. So realize one thing, like when casting the browser from the Safari right edge Google Chrome right here into a screen from mirror screen, you actually lost the connectivity, like the interactivity. What 360 video or 1D video on YouTube, you can't move around. You just see a standard flat screen. Even they tell you that right there, you can move around. But you can't do it inside Vision Pro because YouTube just does not work well, play nice with the M5 Vision Pro. But you still see the quality is super nice. You see his face, just as a demo. It's basically whatever stream from internet in 8K, you see their true quality here. You can use a mouse though, by the way. So you cannot use your hand to control it, but actually you can use the mouse to control it. Okay, that's interesting. So it's not, so you lose some ability compared to Android XR, but it's great when I can still interact with it. That is pretty good, so I can still look around, but it just behave like a YouTube. So see, you can look around her, quality is so good, it's insane. Okay, that's M5 Vision Pro. Okay, so now I am in a screen test right here, the test refresh rate. So you see my M4 Ultra have 120 refresh rate of my screen right here, but let's see if I cast it on. Okay, you see that from 120 now dropped to 60 frames per second refresh rate, 60 Hz refresh rate from 120. So for casting the screen from Mac Virtual Display, it doesn't get the benefit of 120 Hz of the M5 Vision Pro. It's still stuck at 60, even though this thing is setting 120 on the Mac screen. So as I mentioned earlier, like you don't get the benefit of 120 Hz refresh rate of most application, even the Apple own application on the M5 Vision Pro. So it does make like upgrading feel like kind of not necessary, at least right now, until they really upgrade their app ecosystem to support 120 Hz refresh rates. Now I want to show you why PC Connect is enable you to really starting spatial computing, and this is pretty a Galaxy XR only feature. It's using Gemini AI. So right here, we can do the research. I can just look in my hand, grab it until Google icons show up right here, and then I can draw a circle and do a research of anything on a website instead of taking a screenshot. I can just do research right here. If I find my app Spatial Film, look at that. This is an image screenshot of an Apple App Store page for an app called Spatial Film. It's my film, right? You can open it. Gemini do more research of my app. We can even using DeepMind and AI model, and really do a research. You can deep dive right here and really do a heavy search about me, about everywhere. I don't know why Beyonce show up. I didn't work with Beyonce yet, hopefully. But yeah, it just really do a research about my app Spatial Film. And again, like I can do a lot of research. I can like maybe circle around this thing. Like people look at this and say, what it's Hugh's using? It's crazy, right? Let's find out. So I'm just draw a circle right here. That what is this, buddy? And then find it and tell you it's a Blackmagic URSA digital camera. This is an URSA Cine Immersive, but it does like pull up my photo from Facebook, from Instagram, from YouTube. It's like it's not the same photo, it's because this is the App Store. Other people's video too, not just my video. Like this is actually from me on posting on Reddit. But other people's video as well, and all the information about Blackmagic URSA Cine Immersive. Everything is here. I can do research right here. Just by circling around and talk to Gemini AI. Again, I can't do screen recording while I interact at Gemini AI take over my view. So I have to do either or, but So you know, you don't only just have like drawing a circle and research ability, you can also ask Gemini AI to tell you what you're looking at, what that is, and doing research fully talking to a Gemini AI inside spatial computing. And this is just a glimmer of future, like how you can use AI integrate in your everyday research workflow as a student, as a teacher, as a researcher to really like supercharge your power. Go on a website, maybe I want to research kimchi. Like, what is that? Again, kimchi is a fake character I created. It's a real dog, but let's see. Let's see what Gemini AI say. And it actually pull up a photo like 3 years ago. We use this onto here thumbnail about spatial video, and kimchi. It is the face of spatial video, by the way, because I use him, and this is actually the world's first spatial video I ever created, right? And go pretty viral too. And finally found all the information, and also other Shiba Inu wearing a ski cargo that is not for me. I see others like Patreon pull up like random stuff, but a lot of like this is crazy, like. Need to do a deep dive. This is not my website. Some other website quote my video. You need to do a deep dive of kimchi wearing Vision Pro and what is going on and why it's going viral. And it's this a viral image and it's just pretty crazy for doing research, for just doing random research using Gemini AI inside spatial computing. So now you have seen my honest, organic reaction on both headsets to one of the most important features in spatial computing. I think both headsets work very well within their own ecosystem. PC user finally has a way to join the spatial computing trend with a much cheaper investment, and with AI that actually works. Gemini AI is a much better than ChatGPT in terms of deep integration, and is what I expect the future of AI should be. So right now we are doing a screen recording test with the Samsung Galaxy XR. You see Kimchi's right there on the couch, hanging out. Outside pretty bright. We saw one issue right here, the Christmas tree. Christmas light is flickering like crazy. In real life it's not flicker, but in the headset, the camera, the refresh rate is unmatched with the camera here, so it's flicker like crazy, and that is annoying. So one thing you need to be careful, LED light source. It's not work great with the Galaxy XR camera. Here's a kimchi right here. Hello, kimchi. Hello, hello. Wee wee wee. So right now we are capturing the M5 Vision Pro right now. Look at that, M5 Vision Pro. Capture the world, and I want to show you the Christmas tree real quick. If you can flip the camera, maybe I'll just do it like that. That's a Christmas tree, and Vision Pro capture Christmas tree itself. No flicker. Look at that, it's no flicker. It's the anti-flicker is working correctly. So it's really important. So one thing we just find out that the Samsung Galaxy XR, the anti-flicker sensor doesn't actually really work yet for the camera, but it does work for the M5 Vision Pro right here. We then went outside and captured a focus chart in the same distance. This screen capture of what you are seeing here is actually very accurate to how it looks inside the headset. In terms of sharpness and detail, the two headsets are almost the same, but Apple does process the image a little bit better. As you can see right here, there's less chromatic aberration, less noise, and fewer compression artifacts. Combined with better deflicker, all of this makes Passthrough generally better on the M5 Vision Pro. But that brings us to the next question. What about the stereo camera? Spatial video comparison. So both the Samsung Galaxy XR and the Apple Vision Pro can capture spatial photo and spatial video in true 3D. Let's take a look together. Kimchi, 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 kimchi. Wait. Okay. To make this comparison as accurate as possible, we again did a chart test at the same distance under the same conditions. This time, we can see that the M5 Vision Pro has better image quality, the text is sharper, there's a fewer compression artifacts, and stereo depth looks better as well. You can download this comparison spatial video for free from us and watch them on your own VR viewing devices. You will immediately see what I'm talking about. So when it comes to image quality and camera technology, Apple Vision Pro still has a clear advantage. That said, the fact that Samsung Galaxy XR can capture MV HEVC spatial video at all is a very big step forward. Before this, the only device that could capture MV HEVC were the iPhone and the Vision Pro. So spatial video is no longer an Apple-only thing, and that's actually good for the entire industry. We want competition. We want to put some pressure on Apple to keep improving their spatial video technology and maintain their lead. I also think we will see our first spatial video capture Android phone from Samsung or Google as early as next year. So if you don't already know how to create spatial video, this might be a good time to learn before a lot more creators start catching on. Google Android XR can also use AI to spatialize not only photo but regular 2D video into 3D. I did a direct comparison here. I took the same video, crop it down to one eye, and then asked Google Photo to spatialize it into 3D. After that, I compared it directly against what the Galaxy XR actually captured in real 3D. The result? The AI generated version still has a lot of depth map artifacts, and in my opinion, it's not usable yet for serious viewing. This is a big topic on its own. AI spatialization has huge potential, but it also has very real limitation right now, especially with motion, edge, and fine details. So instead of rushing into this, I want to dedicate a separate video to go much deeper into AI spatialization, what it can do today and where it still fell short. Let's give Google a bit more time to really optimize the result first. And if anyone from Google is watching this, my door is wide open. Let's work together and make AI spatialization something that professional 3D filmmakers can actually rely on. Watching media. After the initial honeymoon period, the main reason about 90% of people coming back to Vision Pro is simple: watching media. That including watching 2D movie on Apple TV or HBO Max, watching immersive video from us or from Apple, or watching family spatial video captured on their iPhone. For most people, this becomes their best media watching device. And if you really think about it, it is cheaper, bigger, brighter, and better display than a Samsung TV. Unless that Samsung TV is inside the Samsung Galaxy XR. So here's what I think after using them both for over a month. If you really ignore the advanced UI feature, the immersive environment, the reflection on the media player, the fancy control Apple is famous for, Samsung Galaxy XR is actually a very decent media viewing device for watching 2D and 3D movies. In theories, it has more pixels. In practice, it feels brighter and more vibrant than the M5 Apple Vision Pro. Samsung knows how to make a good display, especially when you have the correct optical inserts. I've seen a lot of early reviewer where people test Galaxy XR without a proper optical lens. Unlike Galaxy XR, Vision Pro forces you to buy the Zeiss optical insert if you need prescription lenses. You cannot wear glasses inside Vision Pro. Samsung doesn't force you to do any of that, and that is actually a bad call on Samsung's side. Even if you have perfect vision, optical inserts, when paired correctly, significantly increase the PPD, clarity, field of view, and overall image quality. To make this a fair comparison, my Zeiss optical insert and my Kodak optical insert use the exact same prescription. And in that setup, I see roughly the same image quality between the Galaxy XR and the Vision Pro for the same piece of media. Sometimes Galaxy XR look a little bit better, sometimes the M5 Vision Pro does, but the differences is much smaller than what you often hear online from other louder influencers. Having an updated prescription is critical for immersive viewing. So get a regular eye exam before upgrading to your next headset. Now, what about immersive 180 and 360 video? For 180 video, Galaxy XR only supports the standard Google VR 180 format with a maximum resolution of 8192 by 4096 at 60 frames per second, Rec 709, and no HDR. It supports spatial audio in first order ambisonic and Dolby Atmos. On the other hand, Apple Vision Pro uses its own format, Apple Immersive Video, and that is 4320 by 4320 per eye, 90 frames per second, P3 D65 HDR at about 108 nits. It also uses ASAP audio, which is the much higher order spatial audio format. I do have a separate video that go a lot deeper in detail on why Apple Immersive Video is better than VR 180 in many ways. You will notice this immediately when you look up and down in 180 content, watching inside the Galaxy XR. VR 180 get buried and distorted in those spots on both YouTube VR and local high quality playback. And 3D is generally feel more comfortable on Vision Pro. I strongly encourage you to download my sample video, both AIV and VR 180, and see this for yourself. These clips are shot on the same high-end camera, the Blackmagic URSA Cine Immersive, and encoded at each headset's maximum playback capacity. For Galaxy XR, that is 8192 by 4096 at 250 megabit per second HEVC. For M5 Vision Pro, it's 8640 by 4320 or 4320 per eye at 350 megabit per second MV HEVC. Vision Pro can push a bit higher bitrate thanks to its more powerful M5 chips. But here's a key point. If you are pixel peaking in the center, left, and right of a well-calibrated 3D 180 video, the differences is actually very marginal. Samsung's high-quality display make up for some of the resolution and bitrate loss. Most normal viewer will not be able to tell the differences. And this is really my point. Vision Pro is no doubt technically better. But can the general public actually see that differences? I honestly doubt it. One thing people can see immediately though is frame rate. 90 frames per second look noticeable better than 60 frames per second, especially for fast motion or action sport content. I really hope Galaxy XR can add 90 frames per second playback at 90 Hz in the future. It's not just about smoothness, it's also one of the most important factors for reducing motion sickness in XR. Lightness and persona. We all initially think that persona is a gimmick until it's not. Apple's persona is actually very good on the M5 Vision Pro. Now, Google has announced lightness, essentially the Android XR version of persona. The approach is a bit different in how you capture it. Both use photogrammetry technique, but instead of using the headset's camera like the Vision Pro does, Samsung requires you to use an Android phone. And not just any Android phone. You need one of those newer model with a LiDAR sensor. I initially bought the Google Pixel 9e just to test this feature and then quickly realized it wasn't supported. So yes, I have to buy a more expensive Android phone like the Pixel 10 right here. Very frustrating. Why can't they just use the front-facing camera like Apple? So just to warn you, if you are an Apple user, think about switching to Android just because of the headset is cheaper, be aware, it can cost you in other hidden ways. Now that's clear, let's compare lightness to persona. Now let's talk about the lightness feature. It actually looks pretty good. Like my eye actually looking down. Like if you see right here, my eye actually looking down, but instead I'm actually looking forward. If you see my capture, I'm actually looking forward right now. So that's kind of weird. My eyeball checking is off. And then you see my teeth. My teeth is really wide, really nice. There's a little bit delay, but actually not that much. And then you can see my hand. My hand is actually looking really good. Look at that. My hand is looking really good. It's not that ghostly compared to the M5 Vision Pro. So, but when you move it, it's looking a little bit weird. Look at that. It's no motion blur. And then let me do some like facial gesture. I'm laughing. Teeth open. Weird when I stick my tongue out. I don't actually see my tongue at all. It's no tongue. Okay, so two things I noticed. The eyeball tracking is not too accurate, at least on this case on me. You can see my blinking. I'm blinking my eye. But if I look up, look down, look left, look right, it's kind of weird. I guess it's not that great for Asian eye for now. My eye is a little bit smaller. So interesting. So I frown. You don't see too much frowning on my forehead. I'm frowning right now. It doesn't really see it. And then I do some weird mouth movement. It's there. Okay, so here is my new persona just captured. As you see, let's go ahead and add detail. I will show you what's going on. So see, one thing I noticed differently is first, My eye's a lot bigger on the Vision Pro and doesn't have that scrunchy Asian eye. My eyes wide open, and also you put that 3D persona right in the environment, right in front of my camera right there. So you see right there, you see my capture right here. But I am in the environment inside a black background. One thing that is cool about it is we have eyewear. Eyewear is actually really cool, really realistic. I wear glasses, so I usually put my eyewear, so just make it look like me. While talking right now, the syncing is actually pretty accurate. My T is not as wide as the Galaxy XR right here. But yeah, it's less wide. It's more look like my T. But the eye is a big thing, right? My Asian eye, this is scrunchy Asian eye. This is look like my actual eye. My eyes should be wide open. It's my hand, by the way. The hand is kind of weird on Vision Pro. The hand is clear on the Galaxy XR. The hand is kind of weird. It's kind of blurry, ghostly, which is fine. But also the turn radius is actually a lot more on the Vision Pro as well. So it's kind of cool. See my ear here too. It's like I don't see my ear. It's kind of my hair on here, but here I can see my ear. But it's accurate because you see my ear is right here. It's got like real light as well. It's kind of capture my ears. It's crazy. There's no camera in the back. Yeah, and I can see my imperfection in my face. It's more look like me. So at this point, the lightness, the persona feature, capture a more real me. I'm blinking my eye right now. Capture a more real me and more reactive, more animated. Sync my mouse in real time, almost real time. And this has a slight delay. And also, my eye movement is more animated, and my eye size is more correct for my actual physical eye size. And then my T is less white. I actually prefer my T in there, but that's my real T. And then I can see kind of behind me on persona that which I can't really see it on here. Notice it. The hand is better in here though. So again, I can also put on eyewear, glasses, change a lot of stuff on the Vision Pro persona. So to me, right now, it's more useful. But again, remember, this is just beta, and this is like version 3. So I think Galaxy XR, Android XR would catch up with like each iteration. But right now, I definitely prefer my M5 Vision Pro a lot better if I want to do a phone call. So now I'm gonna go try to do some phone call with my friend and really show you how it looked like persona in the Google Meet.
You know, again, doing this comparison between the two headsets is this spatial persona. You're outside of the window, you're in my space, and regarding these hands, we can shake hands. And there's actually like that sound. And if you hear that sound, it's different if we do a fist bump.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a high five, I think. So yeah. So it's pretty cool to be able to just like have that presence there.
So Michael and I did a pretty in-depth test comparing lightness on Google Meet and persona on Vision Pro FaceTime. The full discussion is up on his channel, and I will put the link down below. Just to recap, on Vision Pro, persona has height and exists in your physical space. We can move around, we can high five, we can shake hands. In my opinion, this feels like a true spatial interaction. Lightness on Google Meet, by comparison, feel more like a very polished internet meeting. You are still stuck inside a box, you can't really move around or interact with each other spatially. That said, Google does have some interesting tricks up its sleeve. For example, there's a 360-degree immersive background that supports full head tracking. You can even import your own 360 photo, which is actually really cool. I still personally prefer the persona interaction, but I'm confident Google will catch up very soon. There are more updates coming on both the Android XR and M5 Apple Vision Pro. But if you just take one thing away from this video, it's this. It's time to get serious about spatial computing. Whether you are on a PC or Mac, Android or Apple, everyone is racing toward the same destination. A more immersive way for us to work, to create, to play. And AI, whether you like it or not, will be a big part of this journey. Google make it very clear in their keynote. Galaxy XR is just one piece of a much bigger ecosystem. Projects like Xview Project Aurora, AI glasses with built-in display are coming faster than most people expected, as early as next year. What is exciting is that immersive content you create today on Galaxy XR will work almost natively on those smaller, lighter devices across the whole Android XR ecosystem. For creators and developers, this is a huge moment. We have been stuck inside this box for the last 10 years. The space is saturated, attention is harder to earn, the end of innovation just feels slower. Now, for the first time, for a long time, we have a bigger, more open canvas, a chance to think beyond 2D flat screen, to tell stories spatially, to create impact in a way that feels more natural and more human. In a future world that probably shaped by AI, we as an artist and creator need every advantage we can get. And spatial computing gives those for us who adopt earlier a real edge to stay ahead. And that's why our mission is to help you along the way, specifically in immersive storytelling. So, if you are new here, consider subscribing, join the conversation, share your thoughts below. Let's build a tight community and face what is coming together as human beings. I hope to see you in the next video. Ciao!